what does it mean that you bring the commander of your military force in the region to the negotiation table?
If it's going to end in a war, it's better for Iran to start it on its own terms.
What do you think is in the minds and the heads of Iranians?
The war starts in the region, it is going to be bloody, and it is going to be bloody for the Americans, and it's going to be another trauma for them. I think war is inevitable.
So this is better than I expected.
Oh yeah.
It's
oh,
stunning.
Yes, it is.
It's stunning.
Stunning. It is breathtaking.
It attracts more viewers than just us talking here.
Yeah, we're so boring. Okay. Anyway.
We are. Yeah. Anyway.
Hello and welcome to the Oriental Homies. We're coming to you from Tehran, capital of Iran.
The weird city of Tehran.
The weird city
The
of
interesting
Tehran.
city of Tehran.
Anyway. Yep, today we're talking about the negotiations between Iran and the United States.
Oh yeah.
The news has been
A long
all
story.
over.
A long story.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
a new phase
Oh,
of this
yeah.
long story.
Oh my God! As long as I can remember, we are negotiating with like the Americans, with the Europeans,
With the Westerners.
and it has just got us nothing. It has just got us nowhere.
Almost nothing.
Almost
Not
nothing.
almost nothing. Right now it's
Absolutely
absolutely
nothing.
nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolute zero.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
let's dig in.
So okay.
So first of all,
Thank
we
you.
think. Yeah. Okay. Just remembered something. First of all, we believe that these rounds of negotiations will not just
It's not. First
Get
of all,
anywhere.
it's not considered a negotiations.
Yeah, it's so
Technically.
far it has
It's
been
negotiations for negotiation.
for negotiations.
It's a negotiation so that they would understand that okay, how are we going to negotiate?
Yeah, we're so far
They just-
away from the Americans that we're talking to them to just reach an agreement to whether to talk or not, or to talk about what, you know? Yeah,
And it's probably
that
not going
has
to work.
been something of a news. So
But yeah, I was going to say this, that
and kidding. Go on.
anyway, so I don't have much time. So
We don't have much content either, so don't worry
let's
about it.
record. We don't think even. Okay, so after all just happened in Iran in terms of, I mean, the unrest that just happened, so many people were affected, so many people were killed, so many bad things happened. We were ready for the Americans to just invade Iran and just start bombing the hell out of Iran, and just probably Iran would try to retaliate, and then we would have the next war in the Middle East. But it hasn't started yet. And you know, we all are like kind of we're always looking for this kind of alert that something is happening. Every night, every Iranian is kind of like, okay, are they gonna bomb tonight or not? Okay, especially us. Like we just care about
Every night in Telegram channels, everybody is like, okay,
Yes,
they're
Telegram
hitting.
channel.
It's coming. They have a NOTAM like all over Iran and stuff like that. It's like every
Yes,
night.
Yes.
It's getting old.
But we can't talk about it, that why it didn't happen. Maybe the Americans missed their chance, their golden time to just
Their
attack.
plan
Maybe.
didn't go as they thought it would go.
Yes, exactly. And right now, it seems that they're looking for another project, maybe, or they're kind of trying to adapt themselves to the new situation so that they would be able still to attack, but this time in a more effective way.
Let's just go for a recap,
And
huh?
Yeah, go ahead.
What happened?
You go.
What happened?
Yeah.
So we talked about all the reasons that those protests happened and stuff like that, and what was their plan, and how did they just pulled a great like intelligence operation on Iran's currency and stuff like that, and it erupted in a messy and bloody protest in like that horrible night. Anyway, and they expected it to become a more of a persistent movement on the streets of Iran, and didn't happen. Like after almost 2 nights, everything was done.
Yeah,
you know,
can never predict Iranian society.
Yeah, everybody was done with that shit. Sorry, but it was just done. Everybody was shocked, and the the amount of violence, just the
Yes.
intensity of
Yeah.
uh,
It was supposed to be the stage one of a war,
exactly.
and that's basically why this level of violence we just witnessed.
So we know that Donald Trump likes to just do these limited operations that has no costs for him and like has great achievements for him.
He has good
He can-
memory of such
Yeah,
operations.
exactly. So he wanted to do one of those again in Iran.
Yeah.
And his plan was that, yeah, the Islamic Republic will be like in such a mess that it just needs a tiny bit of like a hit and it'll go
It's
away.
Done. It's done.
The whole state will collapse.
No.
And then when they did collapse, we go for like Hezbollah, we go for
All the
Iraqi militia,
any form of resistance in the region.
all the resistance
Yeah.
groups in the region. And you know what happened was that the Islamic Republic in Iran did not lose control.
Yes.
So after less than a week from the incident in January 8th, they had a plan to do their limited operation. And actually, the Israelis prevented them from doing that.
Yeah. Based on the news. Yeah.
Exactly. They were like, no, we have one card with Donald Trump. We're not
We don't
going
want to
to
lose it. Yeah.
lose it. We're not going to just waste
Yeah.
it.
Waste it.
Yeah. So he basically changed his mind
Yeah.
and the attack didn't happen.
Yes.
Then he started just accumulating so much military equipment and military assets.
And he's still.
And he is still doing
It's
that
still going
in the
on.
region. Like he killed us with his news about his
and, you know,
armada. and
yes. Any. I mean, every day that he kind of makes his speech about it, he just always repeats the same sentence.
He
Our
starts
ships
with-
on the way.
Yeah. We
Let's
are-
see what happens.
Let's see what happens. And then there was this next stage
Yeah.
that he added something to it. You know, so basically what followed this stage was that he threatened Iran with a decisive blow or offered Iran total surrender,
Yeah.
absolute surrender.
Yeah.
And Iran refused it. And he still went ahead and tried to threaten Iran, just added more and more planes and stuff like that. And Iran basically said that, yeah, you do a limited operation, we make it into a regional war for you.
This is the direct quote from the leader.
Exactly.
I mean, the
after
top official.
after a week of just diplomatic messaging and media messaging, the supreme leader himself came out and said, no, if they do anything to us, like anything, it is going to become
and
a
just
regional
an important note
And-
here, is that he didn't say the same thing about, for example, the 12-day war.
war. Oh no.
That time.
No.
So this time is probably different.
This is the first time that the
Yeah.
supreme leader is threatening with
Yeah.
a regional war. And that is exactly what the Americans don't want because it's costly. You know,
Yes.
Donald Trump wants to be like freed from the Middle East. He wants to do all his like stupid stuff to Greenland and Canada and Panama and China and stuff like that. He doesn't want to be bothered with Middle East, with
Yeah.
Iran. You know, he thought
That's
that we
right.
intervene in the 12-day war, we hit their nuclear sites, and it's going to be over. They're going to be like
Yeah.
surrendered. He thought that they are pulling off a regime change, and so many crazy things that crossed his mind. None of them did work. And by the way, he was threatening Iran for war because of the protests, as he claimed. If you do something, we're going to attack you.
Yeah.
After the protests, after all that happened, he came out and said, save the names of
Mhm.
people who kill you. They're going to pay a price. And right now, like last night, he said that, no, we're just going to negotiate about the
Yeah.
nuclear issue.
I mean,
So
the thing is, the guy just made a promise,
exactly.
at least to the Iranian oppositions,
And they will
and they're just frustrated right now.
They
They're
were
just
so
pissed.
hopeful.
Yeah.
They really thought that, Trump
I mean,
is
when,
with
when
us.
you put your trust in a pedophile, let's say,
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
Epstein files, we're not going to get into it, but you really should not just expect a better result.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
that's basically the thing.
That's on you, basically. That's on you.
and someone like Netanyahu, the guy, I think that's not the best person that could free you. So
Yeah, Netanyahu
This
is
is
going
the-
to be like bring you democracy
Exactly.
with a monarch. So yeah.
yeah,
Anyway,
that's the beauty of it.
so after that,
Yeah.
he reached the conclusion that right now we are not ready for a regional war with Iran. Frankly, he didn't have enough like military assets in the region to start a war, which it's like battleground could be the whole
Which could
Middle
last
East.
for months, for example.
Yeah, the area of battle would be the whole Middle East, and it would like last for a month or 2 weeks or anything.
Yeah.
So he needed to either get serious with it and
Yes.
start like bringing more forces and people, or find another way to get out of this like unscratched. So then he proposed to negotiate.
Just one thing. Another parameter which is I think is really important is the Arab states.
Oh yeah.
So what do you think about them? Because I think they played a great role in trying to at least trying to convince
They
the
did.
United States to just come to the table at least.
They did.
Yeah.
When the situation in Iran was
Or
very
Turkey, of
shaky,
course. Yeah.
they were afraid.
Yeah.
They were scared.
They're gonna be affected.
Yeah, because like even if the
Mhm.
state collapse scenario happens in Iran, the civil war happens in Iran, Turkey is going to be ruined because
Oh.
of like the asylum seekers and stuff like that. At
Yes,
least if
yes.
if the war doesn't spill over to them, they're
Yeah,
going
that's
to
right.
have a lot of problems. Also, the Arab states like around Persian Gulf,
Oh.
they too were worried. And after that, when this situation in Iran came back under control of the government, those Arab states were like, right now you maybe you have to attack Iran because Iran will like come out of this stronger. So
Yes, we had this piece of news from the Saudi defense minister
exactly,
that
the
went to
brother of
Washington. Yes, the Khalid bin Salman.
Mohammed
That
bin
went
Salman.
to Washington and just had a bunch of meetings with American officials, and he just said the same thing.
Exactly.
That if you if you do not attack, if you do not, basically that was the thing. If you do not use the chance right now, probably Iran would get stronger. So
Yeah.
don't do it, or do it.
do it.
Yes.
They were like, nah, you should do it, or you should have a deal with Iranians, but a deal that puts them in a weaker place,
compromise,
weaker
yeah.
state, but it doesn't end in a state collapse in Iran.
So what happened? Okay, so we just reached to this point that the whole scenario didn't work as planned, and then we had this kind of schedule for the negotiations in Oman
Yeah.
on Friday. It was not supposed
Istanbul,
to be on, yes,
Turkey.
Istanbul, and then they changed it.
It was first at Istanbul. It was supposed to like, it was planned for almost all the countries in the region to attend.
yes,
They wanted to outnumber Iran in the negotiations. They wanted to corner Iran into accepting like stuff that Iran does not want, the red lines of Iran, like negotiating on Iran's missile program.
yeah.
It's a red line. It's the only thing that Iran has right now that
Yeah.
can
Especially that you had this kind of experience in the 12-day war, and not just
Exactly.
the 12-day war. You had the experience of all these countries, including Libya, Iraq, all these
Yeah.
countries.
yeah.
So that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So it was supposed to take place in Istanbul under the like management of Erdogan, but the Islamic and
Yes.
also the subject of negotiations were supposed to be nuclear,
Nuclear
missiles,
and the
regional
groups.
allies,
And,
and also like the human rights and shit like that.
just think about it. Trump is going to.
Trump, yeah. The guy who's like thugs in Minneapolis are killing American citizens like in the broad daylight.
Yeah.
He's worried about the human rights in Iran. Oh my God.
Yes.
Such a nice person, such a sweetheart.
Yes.
Anyway, and Iran refused. Iran said
refused, yeah.
that no, we are not going to negotiate in Turkey and Istanbul. It has to be in Oman.
So
in
it was a
Moscow.
wise move.
And also, it has to be contained to the nuclear issue.
Nuclear issue.
We
Yeah.
are not negotiating with you on our missiles. We are not negotiating with you about our regional allies. Not happening. It cannot happen. The Americans were like, okay, so no negotiations. It's off. And everybody panicked and they're all like, yeah, we're ready to war. Like, get ready
We're just
and
gonna-
like fasten your
Just look at
seatbelt,
this
buckle up.
Lindsey Graham guy.
Oh my God, yeah, Lindsey Graham. Oh, after
Yeah.
his meeting with Khalid bin Salman, he was
is this.
so happy and smiling. When that guy smiles, I know that Israel is happy, and that is bad.
Yes.
Okay, I know that all the demons in the wrong side of history, they are happy when Lindsey Graham is just
He's happy.
smiling.
But I think okay, the negotiations were supposed to be on Friday. I think it was Thursday that he just made a tweet. He just tweeted that he was very angry. That he said that President Trump, you had a promise, you need to fulfill it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Basically all the Republicans in Senate and in the Congress, which we know Congress is a house for Israel. Like they own the ass of Congress.
of course.
It's their own.
Just think about it. Not just the Congress, but the Department of Justice of Trump's administration. It was the very department that just published the whole Epstein files the day before
Exactly.
this kind of some days before negotiations.
You know, that could be like related to Donald Trump, but the problem with the Congress, it's like
It's deeper.
It's structural.
It's rooted in history. Yeah, it's kind of structural. Yes,
You know, because-
the power of lobbies.
Exactly, because in order to influence like the presidential elections, you need a lot of money.
Yeah,
But in order to like influence a primary in the Democratic Party or in the Republican
Yeah.
Party, in Congress, like in the House
Yes.
of Representatives, you don't need
it
that
doesn't
much.
cost that much, and
big
maybe
of
you
money.
would get the kind of the same result.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's a that's a
So, what happened in on Friday? Based on
Oh yeah. So after like a couple of hours from that terrifying news that negotiations are off, the Americans were like, okay, let's go to Oman and negotiate, which is very suspicious. It's very fishy.
yes.
You know, I cannot accept that from the Americans.
Yes.
They're up to something. Those bastards are up to
course they are.
something.
Of course, they are.
Okay. Because up to that moment, and by the way, right now we know that Israel does not want a deal between Iran and the United States that does not include Iran's missile program and the Iranian so-called proxies.
Yeah.
It's a red line for the Israelis. But Donald Trump, as I said, Donald Trump last night just said that, yes, a deal that just addresses the nuclear issue
That's really
is
weird.
acceptable to me.
And that's suspicious.
That is suspicious. What
Like, just
happened?
all of a sudden, it just shows kind of mercy to the whole
Exactly.
negotiation
What
table.
happened? So there are some guessing games around that.
So could you be more specific about the details? I mean, I think we don't have that much of details
Yeah.
coming out
Yeah.
of the negotiation table. But what do you think? What's your assumption? What is happening there, or what
From-
happened there?
From what I heard and saw on the news, this is just public information. They started talking. I mean, it was indirect. The poor Omanis were just
They're not poor. They're
running.
kind of
No, not in
Yes,
that
yes.
way. But their
in
foreign
terms of their
minister,
physical entity. they're
exactly.
just going-
His foreign minister was going from this room to that room and just coming back and bringing messages. But at the end, it looks like our foreign minister Abbas Araghchi shook hand with what's his
Witkov.
name? Witkov, yeah,
Yeah.
that old
and
fart.
Kushner maybe, but not the CENTCOM.
But not the
CENTCOM
CENTCOM
commander.
And there are some like mythical
I mean-
news
I mean,
about
Yeah.
not letting CENTCOM commander going into the negotiations room by
Yes.
Araghchi because his presence, it was not announced before. It was like unannounced.
Exactly. I have this question. Okay, so if you really want to negotiate, like, basically, when you want to negotiate, you are signaling that I'm looking for a political solution. So, given that, what does it mean that you bring the commander of your military force in the region to the negotiation table? I think, in my opinion, it really is not that kind of a sign that I'm looking 100% for political kind of agreement between us. I'm just trying to, I'm just trying to boast about my capabilities right now. I'm just trying to threaten you.
Yeah, maybe. The claim that some outlets and some pundits made was that he was there to like talk about and decide about the reduction of American forces in the region for the next rounds of negotiations, because it was a condition of Iran that we are not going to negotiate with you under the threat of war. We are not going to negotiate, and we are not going to give you this opportunity to keep us like occupied here and keep bringing more forces to the region to get ready for a regional war, basically. Okay,
maybe
because
that's a scenario,
think it if it's going to end in a war, it's better for Iran to start it on its own terms.
Like
Not
Iran started the first.
not in a sense of like a preemptive strike, but if your calculations are that it is going to end in a war, make it happen sooner. Make it happen in your own terms.
Okay, so do you think
Don't let the enemy become like ready for the war?
Okay. So, let's get into this then. What do you think is in the minds and the heads of Iranian officials? I mean, you said basically, if they have this in mind, they would react in that way. So, what do you think about their idea right now? Do you think that they're gonna take this kind of negotiations seriously?
I think they know, and even Arakchi said this, that we are negotiating, but our like fingers is on the thing, on the trigger.
A trigger, yeah.
Okay, so and this is the true, and this is a fact on the ground. The Iranian forces, like the launcher operators, and like the war plans, it's already and. Iran is ready for a war.
Yeah,
is making itself. I'm not saying that Iran will like win like easily in a war, but Iran is becoming ready for a war because Iran knows that. And by the way, let's talk about the fact that when we are talking about like Israeli American group or front in front of Iran. They want Iran. They think that Iran is in its lowest point.
Yeah.
And they have an opportunity to, like, do whatever they want with Iran. If they want to kill it, like they do. If they want to just have mercy and like let it surrender, they can do. It is. It's how they see the situation. It's basically how Donald Trump saw the situation, like up until last week, basically.
Yeah.
So, and also they know that Iran's missile program is a problem for them, especially for the Israelis. It is a problem for them.
Of course.
The proxies in the region, as they call it, it is a problem for them. And they're not going to let Iran go like easily from, and they're not going to give Iran sanctions relief for like get out of this mess.
They just imposed new sanctions after the negotiations.
After the negotiations, they imposed new sanctions. So I don't think that these negotiations are even possible to result in a real solution for the problem.
So I have a question here. Okay, so basically, could we say that we're just witnessing a chicken game here?
Kinda.
It's kind of, especially between Israel and the Iranians. This side, their goals are the red line of the other side, and the other side, their goals is kind of the red line of the other side. So could we say that a war is inevitable?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. And the interesting shift in the media and in like the language of officials in the United States and especially in Israel is that again the United States might take the back seat and let the Israelis do the strikes again. Because the Israelis, like Netanyahu, is okay with paying the price. And he is not like, he does not have assets in the Persian Gulf to be hit by Iranian missiles. Okay? So I'm even thinking about the scenario in which Iran reaches a nuclear deal with the US.
Yeah.
And after that, Israelis will attack Iran.
I mean, I think even if they are about to just have an agreement, Israel would attack, would try to,
Maybe even after that.
unless
After
that's
Iran,
planned. That's a plan.
Exactly. I'm
Yeah,
talking
that's
about
major
the plan.
Yes.
Because I heard in in the Israeli media that the United States has given
Yeah.
the Israelis the green light. What
Okay.
does that mean?
Okay.
It was not supposed to be the Israelis to attack us this time. It was supposed to be Donald Trump's beautiful armada, you know?
Yeah.
But again, it's the Israelis. I mean, it could be like Iran reached a deal, like the highly enriched uranium goes out of Iran, and we didn't really talked about what is the essence of what their proposals are in these negotiations. I mean, the nuclear consortium.
I think we
is
still
at
need to just give
play.
it time a little bit.
Yeah,
To just
and a pause in Iran's nuclear enrichment
yeah.
is like in the
I mean,
talks.
for years, some years.
And
Yeah.
the reduction or the transferring of the highly enriched
Yeah.
uranium out of the country is at play. So these are all the scenarios.
Yeah.
But I mean, if that happens, I mean, we reach a deal with the U.S., we transfer all our nuclear highly
Yeah.
enriched uranium out of the country, we stop the uranium enrichment, and then the Israelis start like attacking our missile program. And the United States will be like, that was not me.
That was not me. So, basically, you have this kind of beautiful logo with you right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, we do.
What- everything is just getting recorded right now. I just want to have your kind of prediction, just like the most probable scenario in your mind. What is this? What do you think?
Oh my God, it's too early to call. I mean,
No, just do it. No one is just watching us. It's just us.
oh yeah, I think war is inevitable.
Thank you.
I think we are going to have a war, and it's
More
going
details.
to
Do you think?
be bloody because these negotiations, I don't see any future for them.
I think yeah. Neither side just sees
I
any
don't
kind of
see
future
anything
with it.
coming out of it.
We had just imagine we had something like JCPOA. What happened to it with Trump?
If it's going to be like a fake deal,
I doubt.
as I just
Described it,
that we reach a deal and the Israelis attack us and stuff like that. I don't think that Iranians are dumb enough to accept that
Yeah.
deal. On the other side, if it's going to be a deal that is a real deal,
Okay.
it's like win-win situation. The Israelis are not going
Are
to
not going to
tolerate it.
intervene. Are going to just intervene in
They're
it.
going to stop it.
Yeah.
And not just like militarily. They have great political
They have
power in
different
the
tools of
United
power,
States. Okay, they'll prevent it.
But you know, I just think, as another very probable scenario, I think is that they are trying to buy time, Americans especially, so that they would look at the realities on the ground. They are trying to negotiate, and at the same time, they are imposing new sanctions. They're just trying to make this kind of oil blockade, let's say, around Iran. I think it's also probable that they are going to do that so that they would actually impose more pressure in terms of economic situation in Iran,
Yeah.
then try to just take Iranian to the streets again.
Exactly.
And then they would just kind of have their own golden time again. And then they will attack, maybe.
Yes, that's another possible
But I
scenario.
think we both agree on this fact that it's inevitable.
I think it's inevitable.
Yeah. I hope
Unless something exceptional happens, it's inevitable.
exceptional is that either Iran surrenders or the Americans really just go back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I think
And if push comes to shove and the war starts in the region, it is going to be bloody, and it is going to be
Yeah.
bloody for the Americans, and it's going to be another trauma for them. And I hope it doesn't get to that
doesn't.
point, because we'll get hurt, but they'll get hurt
I
too.
think if
And
the thing-
all of our neighbors in the region will get hurt too. I mean,
exactly.
the Arab states on the Persian Gulf, they have a good business going on. They don't want they don't like the war to become the new normal in the region.
Yeah.
That's the worst scenario for them.
And I think anyone should remember that it was not Iran that started this whole game
Oh yeah,
like that.
Oh, yeah, we were.
You could see it. It's a no-brainer. But yeah, anyway,
Anyway,
at the end of the day, probably we're the bad guys, as usual,
yeah.
as they portray us. Yeah.
So yeah,
So I
thank
think,
you.
Yeah, it covers it
And
up. Yeah.
I think we wrapped it up pretty
Yes.
nicely.
I just said the same thing.
Yeah, you said. I repeated it. So thank you
Yeah,
if you're here. Anyways.
they're not.